We're mowing this field with a International 1086 with a DM 2032 Kubota disc mower and a Kubota M9000 with a DM 2028 disc mower. The 2032 is a 10.5 foot cut. The 2028 is a 9.5 foot cut. We're making pretty good time on it. 1086, 130 horsepower. The M9000 is 90 horsepower.
Pa's in the front, and our oldest son Kevin's in the back. And how many acres is this field?
That one's about 9 acres.
Y'all laid it down pretty good. Now, how long does it have to cure before you go in and rake it?
We let it lay about 3 days typically. We actually came in and tedded this field after about 2 days and fluffed it up where it would cure better.
Yeah, I explained tedding on the last video about how the easiest way to explain it is just fluffing it up.
Yeah.
Where it'll cure quicker and faster.
Yeah.
Y'all could make designs in that if you'd... If you'd worked it, almost looks like a bird looking back over its shoulder.
Mm.
It's a beautiful day to be in the hay. So y'all laid this down about 3 days before you came in
and rolled it, yeah.
Okay. And that'll be coming up here in a few minutes. So what's going on in this one?
We're rolling that field that you saw us cut a little earlier. Of course, I'm pulling the John Deere 467 round baler with a International 986, and Kevin's raking with a Peckway 12 wheel V rake with the 1086 that we were using mowing.
And I was at home sick, so they were playing with the drone, and they're not any better than I am at.
Well, I was trying to bale hay, watch a monitor and watch the screen for the drone, and I kept trying to get it to follow me, and it didn't work.
There's some good shots in here, though. You can see where the Kevin's going with the peckway, and that dude really does pull in the hay. Cuts your time down a lot, don't it?
Yeah, it really blows through, makes it.
Looks like you're leaving a little hay there as you go through, though, Pa. Now, why are you backing up?
I'm kicking out a roll.
And why do you back up to kick out a roll?
This was actually kind of a rolly field, so if you're not careful, they'll take off and go who knows where. I had the kicker disconnected on this. We've got a bale kicker on the back of this baler. So if we're in a flat field, we can just stop and wrap it and eject the bale, clear the door, and keep going without having to back up. But when we get on hilly terrain, it's best to find a safe place to drop the bale out, or it might go through a house,
which is not good, or into a pond, or through a fence, so in watching some other videos where they're some other channels where they're doing hay this time of year, because this is the time for everybody to do hay all around. A lot of people don't get the weather we have, and they only get one cutting. And now we'll get a second cutting off of this in the fall, right?
Yep. About Labor Day, September or so.
How many rolls did it make this time?
These 9 acres here, it was a little bit light on the yield. I think we did 23 rolls in this field, and then we got another 6-8 acres on a adjoining ridge, and it made this whole farm made a total of 48. Now we're rolling 66-inch diameter rolls in this. The landowner, he wants a little bit bigger bale, and so we've been rolling 60-inch. And so if we'd rolled this one on 60-inch instead of 66, we'd have probably kicked out about 60 bales. So we lost 12 bales as far as yield goes, but it's in the bale.
And yield was down on this field this year,
right?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. It was a little bit.
Not enough to make a big difference.
Yeah, we had a couple of hard freezes in April, and so the grass had started really shooting up in March, and then in April it kind of backset it, stunted it a little bit with those hard freezes, the fescue. So the fescue didn't come out, and we fertilized right at the end of March, so we really didn't get the kick that the urea should have. The nitrogen should have really put it out there. So I'm not really leaving any hay. I'm leaving trash.
I see that now.
And we make a mess on the ends, and we do the ends last and kind of a cleanup. So we don't worry about getting too close to the edge or anything like that. And I found that some folks do a couple of rounds around the perimeter of the field and then go back and forth, and we just leave it till the last.
And this is one of the final steps in the play of hay. Loading the rolls up on the trailer and taking them home and unloading them.
Yeah, this is so we're going to put about 11 rolls on the trailer in the truck. This is the dump trailer, so it don't really haul very much, but we're having to cross a creek on another portion of this farm, and it's impossible to get the long trailer across without the dovetail dragging. So we decided we'd try out our Blair Witch shaky cam.
Well, I didn't take the cover off the gimbal, so the flight is rather rocky, but it gets better. It gets better. And I had never flown in this field before either, and remembered almost too late that there were power lines going in 2 different directions, and I got a little close to them. But there's the tractor, there's the truck and trailer, and there's a lot of work that goes into hay that I don't think people realize. Fertilizing in the spring, then waiting for just the right time to cut it, which has to do with the thickness of the hay and the seed head too, right?
Yeah, you've got a balance between quality and quantity. If you cut it real early, it's gonna have a better nutritional value, but you're not going to get quite the yield out of it. So if you cut it way too late, then it's just basically going to be filler. And so we try to get it around the end of May, and that's kind of been the best formula for us. We get that seed heads in the dough stage so it doesn't shatter. One way we kind of gauge that is when we're going through cutting mowing with those disc mowers. If we don't see a lot of seed heads accumulate on the curtain, we know that they're going into the windrow. So
we've had it both ways. We've cut it both ways. We've cut it when it was optimal for the most part, but we have had a few instances where we shattered some seed heads too, just because weather plays an important part. I mean, you have to do your research on the weather because, preferably you cut it and it lays in the field for a few days, and you either tet it to help it cure, or you rake and roll it in a few days. And you have to be really careful. Optimally, you don't want it to get rained on.
Yeah, I'm not nearly as afraid of it raining when we cut it as I am after it's cured. There's research out there that proves that the later in the curing stage you are, that it gets wet, the more quality you're going to lose. So if it rains on it the day you cut it, you're not too bad a shape. But if it rains on it, 30 minutes before you're getting ready to roll it, you're probably going to have some damage. And
there's a fine science to it. You got to know when, and let's see, would you have 100 acres down this time at once?
Yeah, I cut 100 acres in the first go round, and I cut 50. This was part of the first go. And
I did not realize how absolutely close I was to those lines until just then, when I saw that, right there. So I was very, very lucky that I didn't get
Well, we got spare blades, so rotors.
And of course, there's somebody driving the truck for him, and then he's in the tractor, and it always helps to have somebody with you to help you, because it's real hard to load that by yourself and drive all over that field.
Yeah, sometimes we'll bunch it up. We'll just drive around the field and kind of accumulate it in one spot where we can sit still. I actually did the other portion of this farm that way, because it wasn't.
My goodness, sorry about that, folks. that's some rough flying, ain't it?
That's not bad.
Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. We're going to have a little more at the end to, at the end of this, there'll be another little snippet. So thanks for joining us at Life on Helton Creek, y'all. And if you're so inclined, hit the subscribe button. And click the little bell, and that's the notification bell that'll let you know when we upload another video. Got a garden update coming up. And got a cow update coming up. A noisy cow update coming up.
Yeah.
And so we'll just let you guys watch the rest of this hay, and y'all be blessed, and remember, you're never alone.